Hello everyone. So today we are going to do handwriting and your teachers will be giving feedback on this lesson, so make sure you upload what you've done. So today we are learning to form our letters correctly using our smart spelling words to help us. Success criteria today is I can carefully form my letters thinking about what direction they face, where I start them, and where the letters sit on the lines. I can create a tongue twister using my spelling words. So today you'll need your spelling words from Monday, so the words you've chosen Monday and Tuesday, or even just the list. And firstly, I'm just going to remind you on the two letters that are our sounds today are the ones we're going to practice. Now the letter M, the lowercase letter M, it has to sit on this line here. That's where it rests. Okay, that's sort of like where it stands. And with an M, we start with a little hook there and we go down and then we come back up and we make like two hills and then we go down and we put a flick at the bottom. We put a hook at the top and a flick at the bottom for a reason. When we start to join our letters, that's where the letters join to other letters. Now you can see that the M sits on the line that is strong. It's not dotted, so the full line, but it only goes up to the first dotted line. That's how big it is. Then the letter B we start at the top of the letter B, and that is at the top of the second dotted third. We call them dotted thirds, and it goes all the way down to the line that it has to sit on, and then it goes up to the first dotted third, and we give it a little bit of a flick as well. So that's how we form a lowercase b. And again, we do it like that so that when we're joining, there's somewhere to join. It's much easier and your writing will flow better. Now you might say, but I usually write really little. If you have the dotted thirds, please try to use the dotted thirds and write the words exactly as they are on the sheet. If you can't download the dotted thirds sheet and print it, that's fine. What you can do is use a piece of paper and just ask your parents just to even rule the line at the bottom and just look at how the letters sit on that line and put your letters on that line the same way. So because I often find if there's a word, for example, the word climbing, our C would go like this, our L would be twice as tall as our C, and that's really important so we know it's not an I. It has to be twice as tall because then the I goes next to it. And notice every one of my letters has got kind of like a flick at the end. The C just naturally has a flick. Then we're going to put our M again, making sure our heels go and reach that line and we have a flick at the end. Then we're going to put our B right up. So noticing I'm trying to keep all of my letters sitting on that line. Then I'm going to put my I. Again, it only goes from the solid line to the first dotted line. Same with the N. It's a lot like. Now, the letter that's important, the G. You need to look at where the G sits because it goes under the line. And lots of people put their G's up there, but that's not right. We need to place it here because eventually it will join to other letters too. And if it's up there, it's too hard to join. So there's a reason why we put our letters where we do. So see if you can do that. So if you don't have dotted thirds, just rule a line, or if your parents can draw a line and write the words like that, trying to write them just like the ones on the handwriting sheet. Now, once you've done that as a fun activity, I would like you to try and write your own tongue twister. Last week, I really enjoyed listening to you reading your tongue twisters. It was really fun. And I was thinking of one about a mouse. No, about a lamb. So I've got, this is my one, and I'm going to write it on the dotted thirds. You would just have to write it down if you can, or even type it in the post where you can post a note. So mine is Mary. So Mary, and if it's a capital M, like for Monday, it will go right up to the second dotted line and come back down and sit on that solid line. Mary's, and this belongs to Mary, so we've got to put an apostrophe to show that it belongs. Mary's merino. I'm going to write, it's a type of merino. Lamb. Had Mary's merino lamb had many marvelous and I'm going to just change pens because I'm finishing mine with Mary's merino lamb had many marvellous mittens made from its wool. Mittens made from its wool. Now, we don't put an apostrophe here for its because when it's like that, it's only if it is do we put an apostrophe because that's a contraction. Now, I'll read that one more time. Mary's merino lamb made many marvellous mittens made from its wool. So the idea for a tongue twister is to have as many words, well, either words that rhyme and sound the same or words that start with the same letter. And as our sound is what we're doing at the moment, you can use some of the words from our list and add others to see if you can make a really amazing tongue twister. Bye for now.